I've got a feeling it's going to be a lot like this today, just a lot of fucking group bikes. But once you're clear of them, you've got a good shot. But it's all these cucks that won't go around the fucking track. Go, boy! Look out, man. Don't fucking get around me. And that's what you want. You just get around and then you're not cucked by all these pricks. Because that sucks shit. Where's Boyd? Like, he's fucking... There we go, now we can flow. I've got the screen darkened at the moment just to preserve power. We've got about an hour ride here. And it's a leisurely ride through the forest. And we're on our way to the China border today, okay? So apparently China actually ruled over Vietnam for 1,000 years. And they're not too fucking happy about that. And now they're, you know, the border is fiercely protected. And sort of in defiance to the Chinese, they sort of seem to hate them. And they've got the largest Vietnamese flag in the world flying there. So that's where we're heading to now. We're heading to see the largest Vietnamese flag in the world. And also we're going to look out across over China. You know, China's one of those mysterious kind of places. And it cops a lot of shit from the outside world, doesn't it? Due to some of their practices and things, and I guess a lot of the other Asian countries kind of get a bit of a chill pass. But yeah, if you can try and stick with us today, I'll appreciate it. And if anyone asks or comes in and wondering why it's effing, if you can explain it to them and let them know. Now, I've been using Power Chat Live and it's been serving me really well for the last couple of months, until basically when I started this bloody loop. Their Stripe payment platform just fell on its ass. So it looks like we're doing some overtaking here. Get over then, cunt. But yeah, you'll toot your horn and they'll just stay where they are. They won't try to create space for you. So it gets super annoying. You've got to drive with a level of aggression, assertion, and compassion in equal measures. Because if you're a sap, you're just going to get walked all over out here. So it's important to basically, you got to dominate within reason. And that's what I'm working on. Dominating within reason. And you've also got to appreciate the fact that I'm just another boob on a fucking scooter just like the rest of them, you know? I'm nothing special. But I'll just be sort of trying to have a conversation with you, and periodically we will stop and take in the views and things. I've got a new tripod mount. Well, I've got the old one. I've manipulated it and modified it, I guess you'd say, using electrical tape, another mount which is similar but not as good, and also hose clamps. You know, the metal hose clamps that you screw down with a screwdriver. But we're coming through here, this is all sugar cane, which is a very sweet, interesting tasting drink. I'm thinking I might actually get some sugar cane and mix it up with some coconut pretty soon and see what we get out of that. But it's nice, these roads are really nice. They're sort of curvy like this because they follow the countryside, they follow the terrain, and the natural easy path to get where you're going. And these roads actually remind me of New Zealand roads. They're nice and flowy. Some of the corners are a bit sharper than the ones that you'll probably find in New Zealand. But by and large, the surface of the road's pretty good. Like, most of this track is actually sealed. 90% of it's sealed, I guess. But if you see something big coming and it forces you onto the gravel, just come to a slow down to a stop. But I'm always constantly looking ahead and trying to predict the actions of other road users. Right now we've got a ute in front of it which offers us, oh, here's that lady with the chickens. Remember the chickens? And so it's one thing to sort of fuck with the tourists when you're like sounding your horn on them and all this kind of carry on, but it's another thing entirely to fuck with like an old lady, trying to press an old lady on her bike, you know? It's not so chill. But quite often you can get faster on a bike than you can on a car, which makes for an interesting trip. Assuming you're in the right gear, of course. But these car drivers just don't seem to be in a hurry for some reason. Well, the Fagpo's only 14 k's from here, man. So I reckon we'll be there in 30, 40 minutes. But the views are fantastic. Never in a million years would I think I'd be doing this. But when I was offered the opportunity, I couldn't pass it up for the life of me. And I thank you all for coming along for the ride. Hopefully you're enjoying the trip. I certainly am. And it might open your eyes a little to how the other half live, and give you a chance to sort of think, oh, maybe that could be me out there ripping around on Little semi-automatic motor scooter. That kid was gyrating his pelvis for some reason. Holding a bottle and gyrating his pelvis. As you do. So yeah, hopefully we're not experiencing too many dropouts coming through here. I'm broadcasting at 720p, and I've dropped the bitrate down to try and take pressure off the tower as such, or pressure off the level of reception that I've got here. But it's a beautiful ride, amazing sheer cliffs and very green, and basically anywhere you look, the mountainside's being manipulated for harvest. So you've got these rows upon rows of terrace gardens, and they're quite spectacular. Awe-inspiring, I guess you'd say. When you can see ahead, it's really nice because you get that little extra opportunity to flow. Sugarcane's beautiful because it's non-refined sugar. They crunch it right there out of the cane, right in front of you. Leave it there. And, oh, it's a good energy source. Better than any of this other bullshit that I've been pumping into my system non-stop. I guess it's a good option for sugar addicts to just crank the cane. Oh yeah, we got a bit of a free road ahead of us here. For a second until you see a big mob approach. But this is considered a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and by doing that, it protects the place, but also it simultaneously kind of helps to ruin it. But it helps the local community. The local communities can prosper more because there's an assurance that there will be tourists, that there will be demand and visiting. And tourists need to be fed, of course. They like to drink. Tourists need to sleep as well. A little township here. As you can see, all the Vietnamese flags flying proudly. Instead of having to put them up on National Day, why not just leave them up all year round? Really makes the place look nice. Bit of a gravel impasse there. But I do enjoy driving through these little towns. They're all the same, but they're all very unique too, just the way they're laid out and all those sorts of things. But yeah, when you're cornering, if you want to lean the bike over, you basically you sit on the opposite side of the way that you want to lean it. You can sort of go. Seems to be. Here they do, like an auto beep. Hopefully the vibration's not too bad. I should try and isolate the vibration with a bit of electrical tape or something. Could help. To the board. So who's been to China before in the chat? Anybody? Do you guys know guys that do? I think it's called. To be honest, I can't remember the name of the show. Used to do bike riding across China. Now they're totally anti-China. A guy like Sea Milk and that other guy, the South African guy that always wears a suit.